as the crowd continues to file in. We get set to bring you another exciting game.
Greetings everyone. It's been a while since we made any kind of announcement or status update video, so I figured now is a good time to talk about some channel related things. And just to get it out of the way, nothing bad is coming. Everything is fine and going well, and will continue as is. Now, we hit 50,000 subscribers recently, which is great, and I want to thank all of you for helping to make that happen. Gaming Pastime is not a channel that begs for subscribers or for viewers to click that like button, so I do appreciate all your support in helping the channel grow, and I'm happy you enjoy the reviews enough to stick around. Now let's get down to business. I want to start by saying there has been some changes behind the scenes. Gaming Pastime was founded by myself and a friend of mine, and we brought in another friend in the beginning to help out with stuff. As of 2024, the channel has just been me. We're all still friends, but life got in the way for them. So what does that mean for the channel, you ask? Nothing. As I stated before, everything will continue as is. The show must go on, and it will. As you may or may not know, the channel will be transitioning to 4K content. In fact, it's already begun. Many 4K reviews are already completed and uploaded. However, you won't see them for a while. And just based on many of the comments I've seen, some viewers don't know how things here work, and that's okay. I'm going to explain it. A review is released every Friday, and all Friday reviews are uploaded in advance. Now, to ballpark it, I have maybe, a year or so worth of reviews already in the can. So for example, a review I finished today will not be released until next year, just because of all the ones already in the queue ready to go. Most of the completed reviews are HD, so once they are all released, you'll start to see the 4K reviews. Now, there are times I release a review before Friday, and that's usually because I'll be busy that Friday. There are also times I release multiple reviews in a week, and in that case, any review not released on that Friday is typically completed recently. It's not often, but it happens. I'm going to answer some frequent questions and address certain comments, but before I do, I want to explain some things first for context. Gaming Pastime started as a channel for Let's Plays, and then we transitioned to reviews, which was much more successful. That said, I have always done reviews the way I enjoy them. I'm a fan of the old GameSpot reviews, and I'm talking back when Jeff Gerstmann was there. I'm also a fan of Classic Game Room, back when Mark was still focused on reviewing games, that is. He always tries to see the positives in whatever he plays, and I like that. I also enjoy his quirky sense of humor. In general, I like simple reviews. Someone talks about a game, gives their opinion, and shows gameplay, and that's what I try to do. Gaming Pastime is basically a hobby for me. The reviews are monetized, and the channel does make a few bucks, and I'll be transparent. The money the channel makes goes to new PC hardware, consoles, games, recording equipment, video editing software, anything that's used for the channel. Gaming Pastime is not paying my bills or putting food on the table or keeping a roof over my head. I do this for fun, and am extremely grateful that the channel has become successful enough to basically support itself, and I have all of you to thank for that. Now we'll move on to the questions and comments. First, some viewers have asked us, or me, to do something different with the channel or the style of reviews. One viewer in particular made a comment like this and ended it with, "Do better" or "work on that," something like that. There's been others, and I'm not going to single anyone out, but my response to all of these is no. I'm not trying to be rude, but no. I format the reviews the way I like or would like to see them. If something about the reviews alienates people or drives them away, so be it. I don't put time limits on them or attempt to conform to any standards, nor am I interested in trying to replicate any other channel's style. I want to say what I have to say about the game, and that's it. If it takes 10 minutes, it's only 10 minutes. If it takes an hour, it's an hour. If you think I'm boring, I don't know what to tell you. I don't consider myself a personality or influencer or whatever other titles we give people on the internet these days, and I'm not trying to become one. That's not why I do this. I'm just a guy who enjoys playing video games and talking about them. That's really all there is to it, plain and simple. Now, to elaborate further, and to be brutally honest, I'm not a fan of what I'm perceiving are the standards for videos, or at least video game reviews, essays, and analysis videos on the YouTube platform. For example, thumbnails with cutouts of people's faces and their expressions, typically accompanied by big bold letters and clickbaity titles. Titles like "Why insert game name isn't as good as you think," or "This game almost ruined my life." Anything like that. I can't stand it, and I won't do it. Not all channels do stuff like this, of course, but there are many. I'm not trying to lure people in with fancy wording or a clickbait title. It's a review, and it's called a review, that's it. I prefer to keep things simple even if that means it won't reach a bigger audience as a result. I understand other creators do this stuff to benefit from YouTube's algorithm, or whatever gets them in the search results and recommended videos lists, and clearly it is a successful strategy for many, so more power to them, and I'm happy for their success, really I am. But I won't do it, I hate it. I guess I get an F in marketing, but I'm fine with that. But again, I'm not doing this to survive, I do it for fun. On to the next question. Can you review... Enter game name here. Yes, sure. I may not own it, so I'll have to get it, but sure. It most likely won't happen today or tomorrow, but eventually I'll get around to it. If you're new here, I would suggest searching the channel for the game you're asking me to review, because I've seen many requests for games I've already reviewed. There are some genres I'm not good at, or I'm not a huge fan of, but I really don't limit myself to any specific genre. I'll play almost anything, and maybe I'll like it, maybe I won't. For the most part, I play what I feel like playing at the time, but I do read the comments and make note of the many games you have all suggested. Seriously, I have a list of games that I really want to check out, and I want to thank you all for bringing some that I've never heard of or played before to my attention. Next is an odd comment many viewers make, and I just want to address it. Apparently, I'm often late. I didn't know there was a due date for some of these reviews, but many are considered late. Comments like, "You're late," or "A little late, isn't it?" Obviously referring to reviews of games that came out years ago. Alright, so here at Gaming Pastime, I'll play anything from any era. I don't care when it came out. I don't limit myself to only modern or newer releases or to specific platforms. Now, in today's world, I typically wait before playing a newer title, especially AAA titles. This is mainly because they are expensive, and with season passes, DLC, and different editions, among other things, you can easily end up spending triple digits on a new game and all the content available. So I often wait for a complete edition and/or a really good sale. Now, there are exceptions, of course. I will buy new games here and there, and that's usually because I'm a fan of the series and I'm really looking forward to the newest entry, so I get it at launch. For example, I will drop everything to play Grand Theft Auto 6. I want to also mention I don't pay any mind to platform war nonsense. I don't care if a game is exclusive to PC or a Nintendo system. If it looks fun, I want to check it out, and I will. Not always right away, but eventually I will. Yes, I typically play the PC versions of games, assuming there is one, but it's not because I buy into the whole PC Master Race thing. I have nothing against consoles or controllers. But one reason I prefer to play the PC versions is because most of the time, in my experience, they look and run better. And if I'm reviewing it, I prefer to play the best looking and performing version. Another reason is it's a lot easier for me to record PC games. There are times when I will play a console version instead, and that's usually because I can't get the PC version to work or run correctly, or in rare cases it doesn't record properly. There are also instances where the console version is different than the PC version, so I'll play both. This next one I get a lot. Why the spoiler warning for an older game? I started putting the spoiler warning in almost every review some years ago, and will continue to do so no matter how old the game is. This is purely to cover myself. No other reason than that. When I first started reviewing games, I admit I did spoil certain things without really considering the fact that some people may not have played the game yet, and we received some nasty comments as a result. Now I put the warning in, so if anyone has a problem, I can simply come back with, "I warned you." That's all the warning is for. Anything can be a spoiler for someone. Story content, certain battles or levels, endgame content, etc. Depends on the person. Nowadays, I try not to show things that would be obvious spoilers, like a pivotal story moment or final boss battle, for example, unless I absolutely feel the need to talk about it. Regardless, I put in the warning so I can simply talk about anything in the game if I have to. Next question. Didn't you review this already? Most likely, yes. I like to think I've improved at this whole review thing over the years, so I've been replaying some games and reviewing them again, trying to do a better job and in some cases correct mistakes I made before. Now, this one I still see from time to time, especially on older reviews. You talk too fast. Slow down. I'm not doing that on purpose. I naturally talk fast, but I have made an effort to slow down for reviews. Here's a question that popped up frequently for a while. When are you going to review the rest of the SOCOM games? I have been making an effort to review games of a series in order, and I planned to do that with SOCOM, but started to feel a little burnt out during my time with SOCOM 2, so I stopped. Not that it's a bad game or anything, but I just wasn't in the mood to keep going. As I mentioned before, I play whatever I feel like playing at the time, but I want to be fully invested if I'm going to review it, so if I get burnt out, I'll stop and move on to something else and come back to it later. So to answer the question, I will return to SOCOM eventually. Next, where can I get this game? Yes, this question does pop up from time to time. Check all the big storefronts: Steam, GOG, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, Epic Games Store, and the many others that are out there. Most of the PC games I play are from Steam and GOG. If you don't like a certain platform and refuse to play games on it, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not one of those people, so if a game is exclusive to the Epic Games Store and I really want to play it, I'll play it on the Epic Games platform. Unless it's exclusive to a particular platform, you should be able to get it elsewhere. Now, if you can't find a game anywhere, or if it was removed from storefronts for whatever reason, check eBay, Amazon, and abandonware sites. That's usually what I do. And if I exhaust all my options to acquire a PC version, that's when I typically look for a console version, assuming there is one. Next is actually two questions that I'm lumping together. How did you get this game running, and how do I get the mods working? First, I will direct you to the PC Gaming Wiki website. I use it all the time to learn how to get many older games running on modern systems, and how to avoid certain issues and bugs. The site doesn't have a page or sometimes a lot of information for every single game ever released, but most of the games I've played have a page that provide plenty of useful info. Personally, I think it's a wonderful resource. I do put links to everything I use in the video descriptions, and they should take you to wherever I got them. As it relates to mods, you need to read. Always read the README files and/or any kind of instructions before installing anything. Now, since most of Gaming Pastime's reviews are completed and uploaded well before you see them, it is possible the links are dead, or maybe the mod creator took down their content by the time the video releases. If I can, I will try to find the content elsewhere and give you the new link. Otherwise, you might be out of luck, unfortunately. This next question came up a few times recently. Why was my comment removed? I don't know. I didn't do it. Seriously, I didn't do it. I'm guessing Google or YouTube flagged it automatically, and it was removed. You must have posted something that violates their rules, I guess. I really don't know why, and oftentimes I don't see the comment before it's removed. But I don't typically delete comments. Now, I've banned or blocked people from commenting on the channel, but not many, and that's rare. This is the internet, and I know I can't stop people from trolling or posting stupid stuff, but most of the comments I see are fine, so all I can say is watch what you post. So this next one we receive via emails, not in the comments, but I figure I'll answer them here. We receive a good amount of collaboration offers, or people asking for Gaming Pastime to sponsor or advertise their product. Honestly, from the wording in these emails, I don't think these people have actually watched a single second of any of the reviews, nor do I think they will watch this video, but I'll answer them anyway. I have nothing against your products, especially since in most cases, I know nothing about them and haven't used them, but if I have to insert an ad in the middle of a review or video, I'm not interested. I've offered to do it at the end of videos, but most of you guys don't want to do that. Right now, I'm not interested in placing sponsorship slots in the middle of a review. To me, that compromises the content, and personally, I find it annoying when I see other channels do it. But hey, if they're successful and it's a good source of income for them, I can't knock them for that. Seriously, good for them. As for Gaming Pastime, like I mentioned before, the reviews are monetized, but I let YouTube handle the placements. It's not me inserting a random product placement in the middle of a video game review. This one is also received via emails, people offering to improve our branding to help with engagement. I appreciate the offers, but I'm good. Gaming Pastime not only lets me do something productive with my favorite hobby, video games, but it also lets me get my creative juices flowing. So I appreciate the offers, but I respectfully decline. If anything, I would request assistance with music, but I have no need for any music at the present time. Okay, I think I've addressed the most common questions and comments I see, and if you have any others, please feel free to ask in the comments or social media or email. I want to end this video by saying thank you to all of the loyal fans, new and old, and even those that aren't subscribed. You've helped the channel grow, and I'm extremely grateful. It's been a fun ride that will keep going. Thank you, and much appreciated. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, check out the rest of the channel, and support and follow Gaming Pastime at the links below.